Everyone seems to have questions about saddles, pads, and how they work together to fit your horse. Bob's in the arena with Monty Crist from Professional's Choice to answer many of your questions.
We're out here today and we've been discussing saddle pads, saddles, the way your tack fits and things like that. And Monty ropes a lot, and I think the way that saddles are being made today, I hear people say, well, I have to have a 3/4 of a full tree, I have to have a 1/4 horse tree, I have a thoroughbred, so I can't have one of those. And Monty and I were talking about it a while ago. The saddle making has gotten so far anymore.
It's progressed like everything else with modern technology.
Exactly. And the saddles today, I look for the saddle that I like, and I mean, I have hundreds of horses go through our place, and I'm going to tell you, I probably find one saddle that maybe doesn't fit one horse every other year.
You're going to have the exception.
Exactly.
And the exceptions are few and far between.
Right.
Like you said, you have 100 horses go through here a year and have one. One that fits, and doesn't fit.
Yeah, there's so many nice saddles being made. This is a saddle that I designed. Bob's Custom Saddles makes them. And I know that this saddle itself, I've got 25 head of horses here, and I know it fits all 25 head of them. Right. And a lot of times we see things with the saddle pads that I think probably are more abusing than anything else.
Oh, I see it all the time. I like you said, I rope a lot, and I'll go to a roping, and I'll see someone that may have 2, 3. I've even seen as many as 4 saddle pads stacked on top of each other, and then a saddle on top. And like we were talking, all it does is just take that center of gravity and raises it. And then what people aren't understanding, when they rope that steer and they dolly it on that saddle horn, the center of gravity's gone up, and all it's doing is just putting more pressure on those horses' withers than they would if they had their saddle fitting down on the horse's back correctly.
Like I see people put on just a sheet type, that is not enough. And I see people put on too much. I know that most of the saddles that are made anymore are close contact saddles. Right. And when you put that much pad into them, you've taken the whole idea of close contact away.
Right. Now, let me quick question here. When you put a saddle on, you don't want the gullet here touching that horse's back at all. Not. So if you have that, you do have a fitting problem.
Exactly.
And a question that I get asked everywhere I go is, I take my saddle off when I have dry spots. And it's a question that I'm probably asked 10 times a day. And we were talking before, you experience dry spots from time to time with your horses, and I've experienced them with my horses. As long as the horse is not sore and you're not seeing that hair start to curl up and you're getting dead skin inside there, I don't think it's a real big deal. What's your take on it?
Everybody that asks me, I would like to turn to them and ask them, what are dry spots? What do they mean? I think it's one of those deals. When I started designing saddles with Bob's Custom Saddles, all my saddles have D-rings in them. And I had somebody, and I see a lot of saddles with in-skirt rigging, different things like that. And someone asked me why I have D-rings in them. And you know what? I really can't give you a real good answer. I'm a roper's son. All roped and saddles usually have D-rings, So it's like that. Somebody told somebody a long time ago, if you have a wet spot or have a dry spot on your horse, your saddle doesn't fit right. And I really don't agree with that, I think it's just something that someone heard an old wise tale, and it's just gone on like that.
Right. Now, you can tell when a horse's back's starting to get sore, because that hair's going to start to curl and wrinkle, and you're going to run your fingers on them, and they're going to want to do one thing, and that's get away from you. Exactly. Those are the things the signs that people, I think, need to really pay close attention to. Putting the saddle pad on, as we talked about the boots, keep your saddle pad clean. Wash them every 4 to 6 months. Keep them clean. Keep them more comfortable for the horse.
I know a lot of times I will take, and I'm going to get way here, but I will take, when I saddle my horses all the time, as I put my saddle on, I always take my pad and pull it up like that, so it's not, when I cinch down, it's not pinching down on that horse's withers. You know, as I cinch it down, there's still some room here.
Some room for that horse to, some
Exactly,
movement.
and it will settle as you ride that horse.
Absolutely. Plus, it will keep from rubbing your mane out.
Right,
You know,
right.
keeping the horse looking good.
So I mean, you know, like I say, there's so many good saddles out there. There's so many good saddle pads out there and stuff. You know, they've come so far that you just want to make sure that you do have good quality equipment. You know, there's so many things out there to use anymore.
And more of the retailers out there throughout the United States are becoming certified to fit saddles correctly. So if a person's having trouble getting a saddle, go to a retailer that they have a lot of confidence in and trust, and have them help them out.
Right, right. Yeah, and like I say, I mean, I have lots of saddles, and I got one saddle, I think, a year ago or so. And for some reason, I just didn't like it on anything. It just didn't feel good on anything, you know? And it's just the way things are, you know? I mean, it's kind of like the lemon law with your cars. Once in a while, you're gonna get one of those cars you don't like.
Right. Well, and like, they're handmade.
Exactly.
You know, and
everyone's a little different.
Everyone's a little bit different.
Right.
You know? They're just like these horses.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, once again, just use your head. Go find something that you like. Make sure that it's quality. Make sure that the workmanship's good in it. And you know, there's just, the world has got all kinds of great saddles and saddle pads and things out there now.
Right. But yeah, steer away from the junk.
Exactly. Yeah. If it looks too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
Absolutely.
So.